Hey there, this is Leanne Brunel from Leanne Brunel Coaching, and I am a personal transformation coach. Today, I want to talk about that thing that no one ever really wants to talk about, and that's anger. Even the word anger can be triggering for a lot of people. Maybe we were hurt by someone else's anger, or maybe we remember all those times that we've hurt other people with our anger. Maybe as a child, you weren't allowed to express your anger without some form of punishment. Or if you're a woman, you've very likely internalized the message that being angry is not ladylike, or it's going to get you labeled as a bitch. So already we have this pretty negative association with anger. But today, I want to talk about the benefits of anger and teach you how to use it and express it in a healthy, non-harming kind of way. Now, when I say the benefits of anger, your first reaction might be like, no, Leanne, there is nothing good that ever comes from anger. But just give me a minute to explain. Firstly, I want to tell you about the number one reason why you get angry in the first place. Odds are it's because something happened that feels unfair or unjust, either to you or somebody that you care about. As you probably know already, anger packs a lot of energy behind it. And for good reason. It takes a lot of energy or motivation to put your foot down and set a boundary, to have a serious conversation with somebody, or to take action on something that just doesn't feel right. If there wasn't all that welling up of energy in your system, odds are you likely wouldn't have the strength or the motivation to take a stand and make the changes necessary. So can you see now how there might be something positive there in the anger? Most of us, however, have been given the message that we should be suppressing our anger rather than expressing it in a healthy way. And on the flip side, we've often been the recipients of the shadow side of someone else's anger. And because of that, anger can feel really, really scary. And we often fear that expressing our anger will make us feel out of control or may cause harm to others or harm our relationships with other people. Because of this negative association and fear that we have when it comes to our own anger, no wonder why we want to suppress it. But doing that is really, really bad because anger is always going to come out in some weird sideways kind of way, probably when you're least expecting it. For instance, say your coworker unfairly throws you under the bus for something at work, and then later that night, your kid forgets to pick up his socks again, and you totally lose it on them. And you probably feel bad about that after. The other reason that you do not want to be suppressing your anger is because all of that negative energy gets stored in our bodies, in our nervous system, and it can turn into really serious physical or mental health issues down the road, and we do not want that. So what do we do? The big takeaway here is to find a way to release that anger on a very regular, if not daily basis without unloading it on someone else. Both because we don't want to be causing harm to people, and here's a big tip. People will never listen to what you have to say if you're coming at them in an angry way. It's going to automatically trigger defensiveness in them, and they're going to totally shut down and not hear what you have to say. If it's a situation that needs to be resolved, then what you want to do is get all of that anger out of the way first so that you can let your calmer mind prevail. The other person will then most definitely be way more receptive to what you have to say, and it then gives you the best chance of actually getting what you want from the other person. So I want to tell you about a few of my favorite ways to release anger in a healthy way. My number one way is to get it out physically. So what you want to do is have a pillow or a punching bag or something like that that you can hit Maybe while yelling at the same time, if you have the space and the privacy to do that, like go full on crazy psycho if you can. And what you'll find is that intense physical outburst will get rid of that anger faster than just about anything. After about 20 or 30 seconds, you're going to be huffing and puffing and tired, and that anger is going to be gone, or at the very least, greatly reduced. The second method is really using your voice. So without censoring yourself, imagine that that person who wronged you is standing there in front of you, but that they're frozen, so they can't react to you, they can't speak, they can't move, they can just listen. And I want you to tell them all of the reasons that you're pissed off or maybe even hurt by what they did or what they said. Make sure you use all the emotion in your voice. Yelling and screaming is awesome. Dropping F-bombs is really awesome because that really helps move all that angry energy out super, super quickly. If you're able to like tap at the same time you're doing this, that's going to help just move it along that much faster. If you're in a situation where you're like, I got pets, I got little kids, I got neighbors and thin walls, where the hell am I going to do all this like screaming and ranting? Drive yourself to the middle of the country if you can, or if you can't do that, go do this in your car. Preferably not while you're driving, but maybe you can like find an abandoned parking lot somewhere that you can go and like do your crazy stuff over there. Now the last method that I like to use is what we call tapping and bitching. So what you can do is set a timer for, I don't know, somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes. And then what I want you to do is like emphatically vent about the situation. Like you're talking to your partner or your best friend and you're just like, blah, you're just vomiting it all out. But do that while you're tapping. Tapping helps release that energy super, super quickly so you can get to that place of feeling really calm really fast. And you'll find at the end of that time, you're going to feel so much different. More calm, more rational, and much more ready to calmly deal with the situation. As you can see, by doing it this way, there are no innocent bystanders getting hurt. And when you can get to that place of relative calm about the situation, that's when you're going to find that you have access to all of your higher wisdom, and you're just going to be so much more resourced to come up with a plan of action if needed. Before I wrap up, I want to add a little PS to this. If you have experienced a lot of unfair treatment or even trauma in your past, there might be a whole lot of anger trapped in your body and in your nervous system. If this is the case, please reach out to myself or another experienced EFT practitioner to get assistance with this, because it can feel really huge, really overwhelming and scary to address this on your own, and it is possible to re-traumatize yourself. So we don't want to do that. So if this is you, please do a few sessions at least with a practitioner to get a handle on that. Don't try this at home. Let me know in the comment section below if there's any other methods that you like to use to help reduce your anger in a non-harming kind of way. And if you found this helpful, please share. Imagine a world where people were dealing with their anger in a healthy way. How great that would be. Thank you for checking out this video. I will see you next time. Bye for now.